Let's talk about something wild. What if sound wasn't something you just found, but something you grew? What if you could use the rules of evolution to create textures and noises that have literally never existed before?
But let's back up. For any of you out there who make music or design sound or just create stuff, you know the feeling, right? You're scrolling and scrolling through endless menus of presets, just hoping you stumble on something, anything, that feels genuinely new.
And that's really the heart of the problem. Most of our tools today, even the super smart AI ones, they're basically just incredible remix artists. They look at everything that's already been made, and they're brilliant at shuffling it around. But it keeps us trapped in this echo chamber, just recycling the same old sonic ideas.
So let's dive into that. Section 1, the static sound library. Yeah, we're kind of trapped in an echo chamber. I mean, think about your workflow. It so often starts with this passive act of just scrolling. It feels like you have infinite options, but it's a trick. It's a huge but ultimately finite library. You're just a tourist walking through a museum of sounds that already exist, hoping something catches your eye.
Okay, so what if we just toss that whole idea out the window? What if we could go from a dead library of files to a living, breathing ecosystem of sound? History is filled with these incredible breakthroughs that were just happy accidents. The microwave? That came from a melted chocolate bar in someone's pocket near a radar tube. That killer, distorted guitar tone that launched a dozen genres? It was a broken amplifier. These weren't planned. They came from just messing around. So what happens when we apply that same spirit of goal-free exploration to sound?
Well, that brings us to this core concept, evolutionary sound discovery. We're talking about using algorithms that act like natural selection, exploring this absolutely gigantic space of possible sounds, totally free from what's come before. It's not about finding the sound you're looking for, it's about discovering sounds you never even knew were possible.
Now I know what you're thinking. Is this just some random noise generator? No way. This isn't a machine that just spits things out. This is where you come in. You're not just listening, you are the guiding hand. It completely flips the creative process on its head. The old way is passive, right? You scroll, you consume. The new way is active, you explore. Instead of a boring static list, imagine a living map of sonic possibilities that's constantly growing and changing because of what you and everyone else are doing.
So how does that actually work? Well, it's this really cool dance. You might start things off, maybe give it a little nudge. Say, I'm feeling something rhythmic but kinda watery. Then the algorithm just goes wild, exploring on its own. After a bit, it comes back and shows you the most interesting and novel things it found. And then your feedback, what you click on, what you save, what you tell it to breed more of, that becomes the steering wheel for all future generations of sound.
And this whole workflow is both super personal and massively communal. You can have your own private lab running these Evo runs to discover your own unique sonic DNA. But the real magic kicks in when you decide to share your prize-winning discoveries into a public gene pool. From there, other people can adopt them, crossbreed them, or they could even become the building blocks for brand new virtual instruments.
This is where it goes from being just a cool tool to something really special. I want you to think of it less like a synthesizer and more like your own living sound garden. Or, hey, if you're a 90s kid, think of it as a Tamagotchi for sounds. This is about creating a real emotional connection. I mean, what if you didn't just find a cool sound? What if you nurtured it, guided it? What if you raised it? Suddenly, you're not just a music producer anymore, you're a sonic botanist. You can adopt sounds you discover, you can nurture them with certain actions to guide how they grow, you can even join community rescue missions for sounds that are maybe struggling or about to go extinct, you can propose breeding partnerships with another user's sounds, you're literally shaping a sound's destiny. And the craziest part is, these sounds get their own stories. They have automatically generated biographies that track their entire life. I mean, listen to this. It's not preset number 42. It's a living thing with a history, a lineage. It totally changes your relationship with the very stuff your music is made of.
So when you zoom out from all these individual stories and all these personal sound gardens, you start to see the truly massive potential here. We're not just talking about a new instrument. We're talking about cultivating an entirely new sonic ecosystem. This thing becomes more than a tool. It's more than a marketplace. It's a genuine third space. That place that isn't work and isn't home, but it's where a community comes together to collaborate, to share, and to literally shape what the future sounds like.
And the potential here is, well, it's staggering. When you get thousands of creative people all exploring this uncharted territory together, sharing their discoveries, crossbreeding their creations, you're not just going to find a few cool new noises. You're laying the foundation for entirely new genres of music, whole new ways of expressing ourselves that we can't even fathom yet.
So I guess I'll just leave you with this. For all of human history, our music has been defined by its limits, the physical instruments we could build, the sounds we were able to make. So what happens when those limits just disappear? What new art, what new feelings, what completely new genres are we going to discover now that we're no longer bound by the sounds we already know?